In this lecture, we're going to talk about compound types. Compound types can group multiple values into one type. And Rust has two primitive compound types, tuples and arrays. So we're going to start with what a tuple is. A tuple is a general way of grouping together a number of values with a variety of types into one compound type. Tuples have a fixed length, so once they're declared, they cannot grow or shrink in size. So let's look at what a tuple is. So we'll say let tup equals parentheses, and then remember, they can be a ton of different values, so we'll just give them one an integer, one a string, and then one a boolean. So how can you access these information, these data inside the variable tup? So what we can do, and we'll just print it out, is set up our normal stuff, and then if you type tup period, you see you have 0, 1, 2. So the way counting works in programming is the first element, which in this case is 500, always starts at 0. So we'll always go 0, 1, 2, and it works the same way in arrays and vectors and so on. So the index of this is going to be 0. So if we typed out 0 and then we built it and run it, we see 500. But the same thing works as if we did 1, and also if we did 2. So that's how you can access the information inside of a tuple that way. But say you wanted to assign each value inside the tuple to a different variable. So we'll say let x, y, and z equal tup. So now we can inference that x is going to link to 500, y is going to be assigned to high, and z is going to be assigned to true. So to test this out, let's print out the values, and let's see what happens. So we have x, and then we will copy and paste y, z, clear, cargo build, cargo run, and now we see that we have x is 500, y is high, and z is true. So that is how you can use a tuple to assign multiple values into one type, and then you can also pull those values out and assign them to different variables. In the next lecture, we're going to look at arrays, which is another way to have a collection of multiple values that all have the same type.